the MLB postseason recap show from the Divisional Series. This is Downright Sports Special. I'm your host, Brent, Reid, the Notorious sports critic, the sports influencer. Coined that earlier today. All right, let's just get into it. So the Divisional Series is finally done. We're going to start backwards. The Yankees and the Cleveland series got extended. All right, it's the only series that had went the distance. They went full 5, but yesterday the game was rained out on Monday. They had to play a game on Tuesday, a 4 o'clock game, and the Yankees were able to seize it. They called it. Just to recap the game, you had Nelson Cortez go out there, and Nettie went out there and did his thing today in the game. Trying to pull up the score and stuff now. Hold on. Nestor Cortez, excuse me, I butchered his name. The excitement because the Yankees are going back to the Divisional Series. They're going back to the American League Championship Series. This is huge. Yankee fan. But I'm all over the place. For those of you that have never seen Downright Sports before, it is a sports show by a sports fan. So buckle up because we're getting into it hardcore, and we'll go over how you can watch the show any other way. Right now, the game, I'm recording this as game 1 of the National League Championship Series is getting ready to take place, and I'm only because of the game being extended, the series being extended yesterday with the rain out. They put a damper and everything. So let's go. So I watched this game from start to finish. Fun fact, thought it started at 4:30. Glad I turned the TV on. But the game kicked off with easy 1-2-3 inning for Cortez. He took care of business. But then in the bottom of the first, big 3-run home run from Giancarlo Stanton. He scored Torres and he scored Rizzo. The Yankees never looked back. They never trailed. After that, in the bottom of the second, Aaron Judge would hit a bomb of a home run, giving the Yankees a 4-0 lead. Cleveland would score in a sac fly in the top of the third, but it was the bottom of the fifth where Rizzo would single to right field, scoring Torres, giving the Yankees their 5th run, and it was all the Yankees needed to finish out the Cleveland Guardians, who had a great postseason, a team that had the youngest team in all of baseball, a very, very eager team, a team with so much spunk, and they took care of the favorite, the Tampa Bay Rays, in the wild card round. Their bullpen was the story of the postseason, but it looked like it finally let up on them. If we take a look, Cortez, 5 innings, 3 hits, 1 run, 2 strikeouts. He basically managed the game. The Yankees gave him the runs, and they managed the game. The Yankees will go to the bullpen. Pineda would close it out completely, shut it down. He did give up 2 hits, but he shut it down. He is the first pitcher ever to pitch in all 5 Divisional Series games. Never been done before. To kind of give the setup how important this game was for the Yankees, Garrett Cole was in the bullpen ready to come in. Garrett Cole pitched Sunday, 7 strong innings to make sure the Yankees would move on to the next round, but he was in the bullpen waiting, ready to come on, and John Connie joins us. John, feel free to comment on this Yankee game. But the Yankees move on. They're going to face the Houston Astros, who have been waiting, it feels like, forever. But Houston had closed out Seattle, I want to say either Friday or Saturday. They're moving on to the next round, to the American League Championship Series, where this is no secret. The Yankees and Houston have met here before. They have faced each other once before. In 2017, they went 7 games in the American League Championship Series. It was a home run from Jose Altuve that ended everything for the Yankees right then and there. And in 2019, I think it was a beat of a drum. It might have been a beat of a drum, and the Yankees would lose 4-2 to Houston there. But they're facing each other again, and it's only right that the Yankees get to face Houston finally again in this series. If we take a look at Houston and how they make up their crux, Houston faced Seattle in the Divisional Series. They went 3 straight games. Each game was close except for I think game 2. Game 1, Houston had to come back to win a big home run for Alvarez. Yeah, from Alvarez, who hit a bomb. Yordan Alvarez, who looks like he's starting to just emerge and blow up out of nowhere. This guy is swinging a fantastic bat. 7 RBIs, 2 home runs, batting .267. But it was, and then crazy enough, they went 18 innings in Game 3. 18. Seattle, no runs, which made it so insane. Nobody would score. And finally, Houston, the team that was picked to win, would win as they would take out the Seattle Mariners, a team that is a player away, in my opinion. They are a player away from finding themselves in control, not controlling that division, because that division is too, Houston pretty much owns that division, but they couldn't make some noise because I don't see the Angels really doing anything. Texas is still trying to rebuild, but this is the Seattle and Houston division right now, which everybody should be buckling up and getting prepared for. Here we go. Yeah, so it was Pena who hit a home run, sending Houston home, which was amazing in the sense. Because the reason why I didn't watch that game is because the Yankees was playing at the same time. No, I didn't watch it because I wasn't home. Yeah, I wasn't home, but something weird like that. We were away. That's besides the point. I'm going off the rails. Houston going into this series against the Yankees is big. I mean, they got their key guy. This is how I broke it down. Yordan Alvarez, stay away from him. You can't pitch to this guy. Jose Altuve is always a threat. He's a postseason legend. He makes things happen. Little Mighty Mouse is always prepared in that scenario. The others, Alex Bregman, key third baseman, key clutch hitter. He's been on this team for a long time now. He's been part of the winning in the culture of this team. Yadier Gar, he's a huge, right now he's batting .408 with just a home run, but he can make contact. He's one of those guys that when your other hitters kind of are faded away, you want to keep an eye on him. Pitching, Yankees, I don't know what they're going to do against Houston. Hopefully this is one of them series where Houston has good pitching in the regular season, but come to postseason, they turn into a pumpkin. 5 pitchers with over 10 wins this season. Justin Verlander had one of the better seasons you can imagine. He's going to win the Cy Young. Valdez, 17 wins. He's only given up 11 home runs all year. All year. If you look at how the series broke down this year, the Yankees and Houston faced each other 7 times. Yankees are 2-5 against Houston this year alone, which is never good. Going into a series, hopefully the Yankees was soften them up, making them think they got a chance, but they really don't. But you got to the favorite going into this is going to be Houston, no question. This is a team that was just in the World Series a year ago. See, I want the Yankees to win, no questions asked. The only way I would ever consider Houston is I want to see Dusty Baker get a World Series. But if Dusty doesn't win, sucks for him because I want the Yankees back in the World Series. Game 1 of the American League Championship Series starts Wednesday, so the Yankees got to get on a plane and fly to Houston and get ready for Game 1. Justin Verlander is sitting there waiting for him. We're probably going to see Luis Severino go in Game 1. You may see Garrett Cole go in Game 2, but the Yankees right now, their whole, because the series went 5, because the series got stretched, everything for the Yankees is out the window as far as having a set pitching staff. Garrett Cole may not be ready until Game 5. Nestor Cortez is definitely not going until Game 4. And I don't even know. I don't think they get a break. Let's look at the schedule for Friday. There's no game. So Friday's a travel day. They come back to New York for Saturday. Saturday, the Yankees, Saturday, Sunday for games 3 and 4. And then if we look at Monday, so 3 games in New York. And then Tuesday, if Game 5 is necessary, they're going back. So after 1 day of travel, there is no more off days. It's like a regular season. You get 1 off day and then you keep playing. So we're interested to see how this is going to play out. The Yankees have to strategize a lot. If you look at how the Yankees break down, they got Aaron Judge, Giancarlo Stanton, Anthony Rizzo, Gabriel Torres, and my dark horse, Harrison Biner. The reason why I named all those guys, because for the Yankees to win, those guys have to hit. Judge doesn't need to hit home runs. Judge just needs to get on base. Torres, the same thing. Giancarlo Stanton's going to give him those home runs. The problem is the Yankees strike out a lot. Houston strikes out a lot of batters. Houston, and if the Yankees can't hit, Houston's going to. This can't be a slug match for the Yankees. They got to be timely tuned. This is where Aaron Boone has to go away from using the analytics and maybe go to the gut and make some key things. Yankees pitching, Garrett Cole, Savino, Nelson. Their bullpen's going to come huge. And Holmes, Pena, they won't have Chapman. Jonathan Lincecum, very big. The Yankees bullpen is going to be the bread and butter, but they're going to have to get big pitching. If Luis Severino is on, he's unhittable. He's one of the better pitchers in all of baseball, but he needs to be on for the Yankees to have any hope. All right, but Yankees, Houston face each other starting Wednesday. I don't even have the date, just in case you listen to this later. But they face each other Wednesday, October 9th. Just for those of you watching at home, let's be clear here. I'm picking the Yankees in 7. I'm going to respect Houston, but the Yankees in 7. Why? Because I'm a Yankee fan. Let's go back now. In the Divisional Series, you had the Atlanta Braves taking on the Phillies. The Phillies, a team nobody saw coming out of nowhere. They fired Joe Girardi, and the team turned around. They found a way to beat. They found a way to beat the St. Louis Cardinals, a favorite in that series. And Philly's still rolling. They beat the Atlanta Braves in 4 games. Atlanta's the defending champions, only picked up 1 win over the Phillies. The Phillies, how are they doing it? With power, with timely pitching, but primarily with power. They are hitting the ball. They are putting the ball in play. They're putting the ball over the wall. Bryce Harper is doing the darn thing, batting .435 with 3 home runs and 6 RBIs. Juan Soler, .389 with a home run, 2 RBIs. They're getting timely hitting. That's going to be critical in Houston. They're going to face the San Diego Padres, another young team that nobody saw coming out of anywhere. The San Diego Padres in the last round faced the Dodgers and beat them in 4. A team that anybody would have just circled as champion because the Dodgers would have been the best team in all of baseball all year. The Dodgers found themselves, I don't know, winning something like 111 games, and now they're sitting at home. The Padres finally, in a rivalry series, both teams face rivals. Philly faced the Braves. Philly got to shut the Braves up. The Braves, everybody knows Braves fans. Braves are America's team. Realistically, they are. But the Phillies was able to take that hope that Atlanta thought they may see a repeat. Not happening. For the Padres, they had to watch for the last years, multiple years, the Dodgers just keep collecting toys, getting better, beating them. And finally, they got an opportunity to do so. This series, this National League Championship Series between the Phillies and the Padres. The heck was that? My phone just spoke to me. Siri wanted to be part of the show. How crazy is that? Tonight, Zach Wheeler and Yu Darvish are facing each other. I'm glad I have the game on. They're facing each other in game 1. That's not what they had listed initially. Even better, for Mets fans, it's a kick in the teeth because Zach Wheeler was a pitcher on your staff. Yu Darvish, this is a big redemption year for him because Cubs, he was supposed to be the guy. He couldn't get it done. In Houston, in Texas, he was the guy, never got a championship. And then in LA, he didn't win. But now with the Padres, he lead them to the World Series for the first time since 1998. This is actually the first time these two franchises have faced each other in the postseason, which is crazy to think about because the Phillies have been around forever. But if you look at the young gun battles, you got Harper, you got Kyle Schwarber, you got JT Realmuto, and then on the other side, you got Manny Machado, Juan Soto, and Trent Grisham. You know how crazy this is? This is the National League. This is the Beltway Series. Bryce Harper, former Nat, Kyle Schwarber, former Nat, Juan Soto, former Nat, Manny Machado, former Baltimore Oriole. How much are they kicking themselves right now because those guys are in the postseason and those two teams are not, actually. If you're taking a look, this is not going, in my opinion, pitching, as much greater hitting is on these teams, you're going to find out that pitching wins the day. The team with the better bullpen, Philly just got back Dave Robinson, which is huge for them. The team with the better bullpen that can shut down the key hitters, come up in big moments, or the team that's going to find itself playing for the World Series in just a week. The schedule for this series is similar to the American League. Phillies will play today and tomorrow, and then they will have Thursday off, and then they resume play on Friday. We'll go Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then if necessary, there will be a game on Monday, and then so on and so forth. So how do we see this one breaking out? You got to ask yourself, can Philly keep it going? Bryce Harper is going to be the catalyst. If Bryce Harper's bat is away, if Bryce Harper is ready and tuned in to hit, Philly is going to be unhittable because Bryce Harper sets that tone. He sets the table. That's the word I've been looking for this entire episode. What does somebody set? They set the table. Could we find ourselves in a hitters matchup? I don't see it. The postseason is where pitching matters. Managers make better decisions when it comes to pitching. And it's going to come in handy. Now, Manny Machado and Juan Soto. Soto particularly, we've seen him in October come up big. We've seen him have big moments. We've seen him not shy away from the moments when he played with the Nationals. So he's not going to be afraid. Can we see that same fearless mentality? Because if you look at the Padres, especially go look at the championship the celebration when they won the other day, they got a chip on their shoulder bigger than anyone's ever seen. Philly kind of does too, but if you got to say to yourself, when the season first started, when the year was going, nobody was picking Philly to do anything. These two teams had faced each other so far this year, and Philly has won this series 4-3. It's a close series. Still going to be a close series. Who do I pick? I got Philly in 6. I think Philly's bats, I think Philly's bullpen is going to be just enough to get past the Padres, who I think might have won their World Series. The Padres beating the Dodgers was big for them. They got past the big bad wolf. That was enough for them. For Philly, they're just playing. And they're playing with house. They like, roll all the chips in, we going to work. If you look right now, they got Zach Wheeler, their bullpen. They still got Noah Syndergaard sitting out there, who had a very strong postseason so far in the 2 games he's pitched in. And that guy's got, he can carry a series as far as that goes. I'll tell you one thing before I wrap this up. The one thing I miss is that there's a DH in both leagues. I hate that. I really do. But I'm going Phillies in 6 over the Padres. I'm going Yankees in 7 over Houston because I'm a Yankee fan. I'm not going to pick against them. I don't care what anybody thinks. It's just not happening. Anyway, hey, that's the recap. We'll be back for another recap once the championship series are done, and then the World Series. I'm worn out. I did 2 shows today. If you tune in, the postseason recap show is officially only on DJ Chase Radio, so we appreciate that. Tune into new episodes of Downright Sports weekdays from 12 to 1 on DJ Chase Radio. Tune in Thursdays at 8 o'clock on DynastyRadioNY.com, your number one source for hip-hop and R&B. All day Saturday, starting at 8 a.m. on Fab 94.5 The Hits, and then at 6 p.m. at Trap Radar Radio, finishing up the week at She Real Radio at 12 noon on Sundays. Download the podcast on anywhere major podcasts are downloaded: Apple, Spotify, and Google Play, just to name a few. You can follow the show and subscribe to the show at YouTube. Leave a like and leave a comment. And you can also get your latest news and updates. I don't know why I got stuck there. Get your latest news and updates on Facebook, Downright Sports fan page, TikTok, and Instagram. I'll see you guys again soon. Hopefully both series go 4 games and I can wrap this up a lot sooner. But we're definitely down. New episodes of Downright Sports will be back next Tuesday live at Facebook on the fan page. As always, we'll talk to you guys later. Deuces.